Korean director Lee Chang-dong has used a short story by Japanese author Haruki Murakami as a jumping-off point for his film about a triangular relationship that begins when Hae-mi, newcomer Jong-su, accosts Jong-su, Inu, in a market, claiming they grew up in the same village together. He doesn't remember her. They meet up for a drink later, and he ends up in her small, cramped, one-room accommodation where she seduces him and then asks him to look after her cat while she spends 2 weeks in Africa. The cat is extremely elusive, and so does Hae-mi prove when she returns from Africa with a rich Korean, the Gatsby-like Ben, Stephen Yeun, in tow. Jong-su is visibly on the outer, a country boy, inarticulate, jealous of Ben's wealth and his relationship with Hae-mi. Jong-su's mother left him and his sister with his violent, tempered father many years ago. And now, with his father facing a jail sentence, he's back on the farm near the North Korean border, tending their one calf, despite having completed college and wanting to be a writer.
안녕하세요.
이게 무슨 소리예요?
이거 북한에서 대남방송 쏘는 그 스피커 소리예요.
저기 저 너머가 북한이잖아.
아, 재밌네.
It's hard to warm to Jong-su. Hae-mi remembers him calling her ugly when they were in school together. And when she takes her top off and dances in a pot-fueled high in the twilight, he calls her a whore. But Ben's charm is easy to take. When Hae-mi disappears, Jong-su stalks Ben in the hope of locating her. But apparently Ben has moved on. He has a coterie of other women now. This tale is very elusive and alludes to a lot: the disparate fortunes of the two men, the aspiration to understanding the meaning of life, references to William Faulkner, and, in the final scene, to something else altogether. Do not expect answers in this film. They just don't seem to be there. Illusions abound. Was there or was there not a cat? Did Ben actually burn down a greenhouse? Did Hae-mi actually fall down a well when she was 7? Most of the time, Jong-su looks as out of it as we, the audience, feel. But Lee Chang-dong's direction proves masterful. His images are beautiful, and the soundtrack by Maug is evocative. Fresh new talent Jong-si-jun is electric on screen. You miss her when she disappears. And Stephen Yeun is charismatic as Ben. The almost slack-jawed performance from Inu is totally convincing as the toxic stew of resentment and jealousy builds to a memorable climax in this pensive thriller.
God, pensive is right. It's, God, just so tediously long, this film. I couldn't believe how long it was.
No, it's just long.
It is tediously
You're
long.
used to 1 hour television.
Well, quite possibly, and that's true enough. But this could have worked very well as a 1 hour film or as a 1 hour piece of television. You kind of get the point of it as a thriller about halfway through. You know what this is about all of a sudden, and you wait for it to finish or to sort of actually conclude rapidly. But it just doesn't. It goes on and on and on and on. It's about 4 days long, this film.
Oh, I don't agree.
It's just ridiculously long. And too, as you say, just too elusive, just too, I mean, it's I'm sure it's a darling film for the, the film festival crowd, but it has no reach beyond that.
Well, I mean, it's very hard for a foreign language film to find an audience in this country in just general release. But I actually think this is a really beautifully made film. I think you talk about direction all the time, but I think he is really masterful in what he's created here. I think, it's interesting. I mean, it is elusive, but it's still interesting. And I wasn't bored at all. I think it is much less boring than The Highwaymen, for example, in a strange way.
That's a good point, actually. That did get pretty, droopy towards the middle, The Highwaymen, I must say.
Because I didn't know what was going on. And I mean, it's, Jong-su's character is also very elusive.
There's too much of him, though, don't you think? We get too much of that slack-jawed thing happening. And as you said in your introduction, you said he was slack-jawed.
Yes, he is a bit.
Well, I drive now. I'll drive round there. Will I? No, I won't. I'll drive round there. You know, oh, let's have a look at the countryside. Oh, I'll drive around there. Oh, no, I'll drive around there. I mean, it just goes on and on.
No, you can't do that to this film. It's not that bad. Not at all. Look, I'm going to give it 4 stars.
Are you really? Yeah?
Yep.
No, I'll give it 3.
들판에 버려진 낡은 비닐하우스 하나를 골라 태우는 거예요. 마치 처음부터 존재하지 않았던 것처럼 사라지게 할 수 있어요. 거기에 옳고 그른 건 없어요. 자연의 도덕만 있지.